Okay, this is Student Day Level 5 practice for the oral listening theory test. So we are going to jump right in. We start out with some, they call it dictation. So you're going to be writing out the notes that you hear being tapped out on the piano. So no drum this year. So we are going to start with number 1, but just a reminder, as soon as you get your paper, make sure you write the counts underneath the measures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the whole way. Just watch your time signature. There's a chance they may throw a 3/8 or a 9/8 in there, but most likely it will be 6/8. So write your 6 counts under each measure and get ready to go as soon as they hand you the paper. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to give you 2 measures of the 8th note, which gets 1 count. Just to get the beat in your head. So don't write anything yet except your counts numbers. And so just get the beat in your head with this, okay? So here's the speed. Okay, so that's the speed of your 8th notes. So let's try number 1. Here we go. And here it is again. And you can go back and listen to this as many times as you need to, okay? Okay, there's number 1. So for the rest of these problems, I'll be repeating them 1 time, so total 2 times. And like I said, if you need to hear it more times, rewind and do it as many times as you need to. So here is number 2. Make sure you count when you're doing these too, okay? So here we go. And here it is again. And number 3. And again. And number 4. And again. Okay, now for number 5 through 8, you are going to identify which melody or which rhythm you hear being tapped out. So you'll have 3 choices. You should be able to eliminate 1 choice just by listening to the first time through. And if you can't eliminate 1, you may know the whole answer if you can figure out exactly which one, because there's usually 2 that are close to the same in the first measure and 1 that's totally different. So just keep an eye out for that. That's not always the case, but it usually is. So number 5, here we go. And again. Now for number 6, these are your eighth notes, or quarter notes, because we switched back to 4/4. So this is the speed of the quarter notes for the next 3 questions. So here we go. Number 6. Here it is again. Okay, number 7. Here it is again. Number 8. Here it is again. Okay, for the next ones, 9 through 12, you're going to go to the last page in your package, which will look kind of like this with all the lines and the spaces on it. So we're going to switch over to there and do number 9. Now you have to identify which melody you hear being played. Now the tricky thing about this is you have to figure out what the notes are, but it's really simple if you listen for steps and skips, or going up or going down. That will make it so much easier. So make sure you're listening for those, okay? So here's number 9. I had the rhythm a little wrong on there, but you got the notes. So I'm going to try that one more time. Now for number 10. And again. Now number 11. Here it is again. And number 12. And again. Okay, now go back to the other page, back to number 13. Now you have to identify which scale you hear being played. So your 3 choices are major, minor, natural minor that is, or harmonic minor. Now just to review, major has that 3rd note that's happy, and then it also has that 7th note that's the leading tone because it leads us back to our starting note. Then minor, natural minor is just plain old minor. The only sharps or flats it has are from its relative majors, flats or sharps. Now harmonic minor is the kind of Egyptian sounding one. It has that 7th note that's been raised a half step. So let's try some of these. Number 13, which scale do you hear? Number 14. 17. Now number 18. Now 19 through 26 are our intervals, seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, all that stuff. So just a reminder, a minor second is jaws. Major second, chopsticks. Minor third is what child is this? Major third, oh, when the saints, or kumbaya. Perfect fourth, here comes the bride. Perfect fifth is Star Wars. Then you have minor sixth. Minor sixth is part of the entertainer. That part right there, not the first word, that one right there. Major sixth, it's the television network NBC. Or My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. And that's all we have. So let's do number 19. So here we go. Now number 20. Now 21. Now 22. Now 23. Now number 24. Now number 25. Now number 26. Now for 27 through 32, you have to identify which group of chords you hear being played. Just a reminder, major, it's the one you're most familiar with, the good, happy sounding. Minor's the sad, mysterious. Diminished sounds real clashy, like it's real close together because everything's been lowered a half step. Then you have augmented. It's like a major, but it's a little bit higher on the top, so it sounds more spread out. So let's try some. We got measure or number 27. And again. Then number 28. And again. Now number 29. number 31. Now 32. Now for 33 through 35, you're going to hear 3 chord progressions, and you have to figure out which one is the 1, 5, 1. So the first, the second, or the third. So here's an example of 1, 5, 1. So we'll always go up, and it shares a note. The note that's on the top of the 1 chord becomes the bottom of the 5 chord. So let's try this. Number 33. And now number 34.